Good afternoon, my friends. I was reading a post earlier, and a man did a review on a knife and his criteria for that knife and what it should be. And once again, back to the regurgitated information. No new concept. Gave a review of a knife. You know, Granny's sitting on his front porch. Gave the review. Has to strike a ferrocerium rod with the back of the knife, so he modified the blade, ground it down. Great, you know. But we're talking about fire, and fire out in the wilderness in a survival situation, so to speak, has become this crazy concept of skills and honing your skills. Just what if you don't have this, or what if you don't have that? Which scenario are you going to fall into? Hey, I drowned in a river and I came out and I'm freezing and I got to get a fire started. Okay, let's break this down a little bit. You don't want to carry a lighter because if it gets wet or loses the fluid. Yet a lighter, Bic lighter, what is it, 1,000 strikes? I don't know. I've had mine in my pocket for months. You don't want to carry matches. I don't get that concept either. Ferrocerium rod, great. It works when it's wet. But the problem with a ferrocerium rod is you have to sit there and you're freezing. Okay, you come out of this river, you're freezing. You've got to get, warmed up, and you're going to go run around in this woods, find the right materials, process it all down so that it's usable, so that you can strike your ferrocerium rod into it. Does that make a lot of sense to you guys? Does it's a do or die situation. They come up with the most crazy stuff. I literally walked around in this woods for less than a minute. Come up with a twig bundle. That's my twig bundle right there. Lots of fine sticks. Okay. Place this in my fire lay here. Because this concept of getting fires started seems to evade people. I don't get it. This is not rocket science. Could you, reach in your pocket? Let's see, what do we got? Pull out your matches in a tin or some waterproof, some sort of lighter. Yeah, I have ferro rods. I've done all those fires before. They're great. They're novelties. It's a great extra skill to have. When it comes right down to it, I'm going to get 1,000 fires out of this, or roughly thereabouts. However many matches, that's how many I'm going to get, Could I get more? Probably. I can continue the fire, I can carry a fire, I can carry an ember. But it's a match, dude. I don't have to worry about it. Open flame does the trick 99.997% of the time, and it's going to do it a lot faster than you sitting there processing all your stuff, flicking your ferrocerium rod with the back of your knife that you hope was spined out correctly and all that, and getting a fire started. You take a strike anywhere match. Oh, open flame. What a concept. This seems to evade people. Same with the lighter, open flame concept. Why do you have to have your knife modified? Why? Is it because somebody came up with this great idea? We all know who did it. DC, we know he did it. Wasn't even his idea. Somebody else came up with that one. But do you honestly think that this blade, and it's not the blade that they're talking about, it's got a hard spine on the back. This blade is supposed to remain razor sharp. There's no reason for me to grind a ferrocerium rod off of this to get a flame going. Silly. Just silly. I think you guys need to think outside the box a little bit more. Get back to the basics of starting fires. And yeah, it's great to know the other concepts, the flint and steel, the magnifying glass, the fire piston. There are tons of ways to start a fire. This is the easiest. A match. Waterproof container. And if you're going out in the woods without a lighter to begin with, quite honestly, you may need to rethink your kit before going out there. Maybe you shouldn't be in the woods. That's just my opinion. Mr. Hawke's video, or the guy who did the Hawke on or the video on Mr. Hawke's knife, you know, you ground the back edge down strictly for that. Didn't give any use of that knife out in the field, so nobody knows really what your point is, other than the fact that you modified his blade to do one certain thing. Showered a couple of sparks on your front porch, called it a day. I don't get it, dude. Do you actually get out in the woods? Because that fire is going, and now I'm all nice and warm. As a matter of fact, it's pretty hot sitting right here. But that took me all of about 2 minutes. Now in a survival situation, I'm freezing. I need to get dried off. Yeah. I need to get dried off on. Warm up. That's a lot easier than running around striking your ferro rod. Quit regurgitating information. And if you don't practice it, I don't really want to hear your scenarios. I think they're all pretty much silly at this point. Okay, guys. Just wanted to add one quick thing to this. The man modified Mr. Hawke Peregrine to strike a ferrocerium rod. I just showed you I lit a match off the side of a metal container, but this, you know, this striker does have, or this container does have a striker on the bottom. And I'm wondering if you modified it just, you know, just to shower sparks and go through all that falderall to get a fire. And I could just take out a match. Take out a match. I wonder if you modified it enough to strike a match, huh? What a novel concept. Take a match. Boy, I modified my knife. Actually, I didn't modify a damn thing off of it. I made this knife years ago. High carbon stainless, or high stainless steel. 303 stainless. ATS 34 in the handle, micarta. Doesn't rust, so I don't need to oil it. Razor sharp, don't need to mess with it. A knife is designed to do a couple of things, and you know, it's not for batoning through wood. Boy, is that a wasted concept. I got a baton to get to the inner dry wood. You can't walk out here and find dry wood even after a downpour. You need to stay out of the woods. But did your knife do that? Did you? I got an open flame off mine. You're just showering sparks. Okay, guys, just on a short note, I got to thinking about all the little things that anybody could say to me as to why they couldn't have a pocket full of matches or a container full of matches. And, well, we don't have a place to strike it on. We don't have no metal. We can't find a rock. Can't use my knife. And you know those comments will be coming. Just sitting out here going, really? They call them strike anywhere matches for a reason. You can pretty much strike them off of anything. You know, the one scenario that always comes up is, well, I'll never lose my pants. You can strike a match off your pants too. I mean, I'm just being a wise ass about this whole concept, and I know it. But what does your pants always have? I guess unless you don't have button fly jeans, I mean, you got a zipper, right? Take open your zipper. Gee, got another open flame. Oh, golly gee, this concept of fire is just getting to be annoying. There are many ways to start fires, people, and I don't begrudge anybody for wanting to learn the ferrocerium rod or the flint and steel, or all the other concepts into starting a fire in a survival situation. Do you have that time? Do you have the patience to go doing all this? You're cold, you're frozen, whatever, you gotta get a fire going, it's dark. Wow. Really? Open flame seems to be the thing to have. And there's many reasons to carry a match. It's been around for well over 100 years. It's nothing new. I guess you want to make it more complicated than it actually is. I'm actually quite warm sitting next to this thing. So. Okay, guys. I went inside the house for a minute, and I was reading the comments again, and some of them were really, really strange. Like, one man said he wouldn't buy the Hawke Peregrine. Now, in my last video, I really didn't talk about criteria of a knife and what criteria means to me. But like I said, I went back in there and reading the comments, and the guy says, well, I wouldn't buy the Peregrine because of the fact he doesn't like the sheath. Oh, okay, well, that concept eludes me, because that does not give you what the criteria he's asking for on a knife. So I brought out a couple different knives. I mean, I always carry a pocket knife on me, but this is a Mora. Now, this was given to me by a friend, and it comes with a custom sheath. Now, this sheath is not what came with the Mora. This is customly made, but you're not going to buy a knife based on the fact that it has a substandard sheath according to you. What is your criteria? My criteria for a knife, and it doesn't matter what knife it is, it's got to be comfort, quality of the blade. Is it sharp? Is it easy to maintain? Does it hold an edge? What can I do with that knife? Can I process game? Can I skin an animal with it? I don't really believe in batoning through firewood, so I won't be doing that. That's what an axe is for anyway. But can it make a feather stick? I mean, that's kind of an important thing. We all know that feather sticks in a wet condition will help you get a fire going. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't own a Hawke Peregrine. Now, maybe Michael will send me one, and I will literally beat that knife to hell, because it's really, if you're going to give a review, give an accurate review about what the knife can and can't do. I carry my SAK. This is the one I keep in my pocket at all times. It's my Mauser. And I love this blade because I've skinned so many animals with this. Let's say I did a deer, even butchered the entire deer with a pocket knife. Gutted it, butchered it, skinned it, the whole 9 yards. I did 9 coyote, 10 raccoon, 3 fox, 5 possums, and 2 muskrats with this knife last year, all on video. I think I sharpened it once or twice. Alright. This knife, I made this knife, okay? It's a heavy knife. It's, like I say, this, would I still chop a log with it? No, I don't need to. But tell me what your criteria is, guy. I mean, I told you what mine are in looking for a knife. I want to know what yours are and why you pick and choose, or what your review was. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. If Michael were to send me a knife, I would literally take it out in the woods. I would go all trapping and all hunting season with it, beat the living hell out of that knife, and then at the end, after I give my review, I'd give it away to somebody, because I don't really need any more knives. You get what you pay for. If you want a custom sheath in your knife, it's going to probably cost you more than the knife. That's a no-brainer. But that's not the reason to buy or to not buy a knife. I know a couple of good quality knife makers. WC Knives, Joe Honeycutt, Black Feather Knives. These guys make excellent blades too. But if you want a custom sheath, you're going to pay for that sheath. What are you looking for? Sharpness, max fine. great. I don't understand the reason for that. High carbon steel. Almost every knife I own is more stainless. I'm not going to be running around trying to find a rock to strike a spark off my knife. It's not needed, guys. If you watch the videos, you're picking up some information, a lot of it bullshit information, to be quite honest with you. I don't know about Hawke Peregrine. I'm pretty sure it's probably a quality knife and an awesome looking design to it that has other functionalities to it. If you're going to do a knife review, don't sit on your front porch. Go out in the woods. Show me what this thing can do. Put it through a couple of tests. Take some pictures. Modifying a blade so that it does one thing does not tell me anything about that knife. And with that, you know, it is what it is, guys. I mean, there's all kinds of snake oil salesmen out there. Find something you actually like, and yeah, if you're gonna drop some money on a knife, you're probably gonna drop a couple $100. Knife making isn't cheap. You could go with a Mora. Quite honestly, I've done a lot with these Moras. They've gone on trips with me. It's just a good knife. But for me, for what I use it for, it works perfect. Do I need a giant blade? Not unless I'm in the jungle, no. I mean, if you're going to kill a bear with it, I don't know. I mean, what are you going to do with the thing? Knives are made to cut. Swords are made to slice and dice. So you're looking for a concept or a mixture between the two. I mean, you're going to get an axe, knife, killing tool. What the heck are you looking for? Be honest next time you're going to do a review, because I don't really want to bust on you too much, but I think your skill level is well down the totem pole if that's your review of that thing. With that, you guys, I guess I'll quit ranting on this one for a while. Y'all have a good day.